Hello, science fiction fans, and welcome to my channel. I'm Peg, and I love any kind of speculative fiction, just so it has some otherworldly flair. I used to just say science fiction, but you know, I like fantasy and time travel and all those things, different things too. I mean, I do like the things that are just newly out, so I can read them before I read any reviews and make my own opinion. And as I've said, I haunt the new shelf at my library. And this week, I got some really good ones. So without further ado, I'll show you what I'll be reading this weekend and probably in the next week too. The first one I'm so excited about, The Massacre of Mankind by Stephen Baxter. This was just published in the US this week, and it says right on it, it's the sequel to the War of the Worlds by George Wells. I reread the War of the Worlds just this week, so I would be ready for this one. And I had forgotten how good an author he really is. He wrote in the early 1900s, and the story he wrote was of the people from Mars coming to England. Actually, that's where he lived and where his story took place, and the mayhem that ensued from that first visit from Martians. This one, without any spoilers, it says on the front that it deals with a second visit from the Martians 14 years later, and keeps the same narrator and the same characters. So I'm really looking forward to starting this one now that I saw the characters through the first visit from Mars. Next one I have is called Tropic of Cancer by Christopher Brown. I believe this may be his first novel. He's written from some short stories and some fantasy type things. The best way to explain this, which I haven't read yet, is the United States of America is no more, broken into warring territories. Its center has become a wasteland, DMZ, known as the Tropic of Kansas. That sounds eerily timely, and talks about the president of the union and his problems, and it has people trying to travel through this dystopian landscape, which I always enjoy. So that one looks like a good one. Next, I have Cold Welcome by Elizabeth Moon. Now, she is an older science fiction writer, older, probably my age, that has written a lot of novels, and lately has done mostly shorter fiction. But it was 10 years ago she finished up a series of the Vata family, and there was 5 in that series. And just this year she has brought back that family in a new series, you might say. And this is the first of that new series. I was concerned I might need to read the other series to get into it, but I did. It explains quite a bit at the first to get you up to date. So I just was able to start with this one, though I'm liking it a lot, and I think I probably will go back and read the other 5 in her earlier series. Okay, my last one is After On by Rob Reed, and it says right on it, it's a novel of Silicon Valley. When I saw that, I knew I had to have it. I love the vibe or anything about Silicon Valley, the high-tech vibe. It seems like people almost live in cyberspace there. I just love that technical type feel. And this is a huge book that goes through kind of the last 20 years history of Silicon Valley. It talks about the startups and the IPOs and the bubble bursting and all the things that you hear about. And because it's a novel, it has characters who are involved with that. I'm going to give a full review of this probably later this week because I'm already on halfway through it, and it is really good. So I won't say anything more now. Okay, happy reading this weekend and this week to everybody, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.